they're going to have a contest or something where you can come up with your own design. And they're talking about wanting to have a design of a dragon. But if you use a dragon in your Phi Theta Kappa t-shirt design, it must be the dragon that is the officially licensed / sanctioned / whatever dragon of PJC. I wish I could say I kid you, but I kid you not. Because our president would have a major cow, chicken, pig, horse, elephant, blue whale, whatever, if this were not officially licensed. And she would not have the problem with you all who designed the t-shirt. She'd have the problem with the advisor that allowed the t-shirt to go through with the improper design on it. So if that's something that interests you, think about a design. And I mean, we talked about something, like Phi Theta Kappa, and if we had a dragon with flames coming out of it, we could say that we're burning up the curve in classes, something like that. So if you want to be creative, as long as it is a G-rated slogan, you can say practically anything. So no 4-letter words, whatever, none of that. So with that exception, you can do practically anything you want. All right, do you want to lead off or do you want me to keep going?
Well, really the only thing, we have the meeting in Sulphur Springs and we talked about the leadership conference coming up. I guess you'd call it a leadership conference. Mm-hmm. And it's in Grayson County. It's going to be October 10th through the 12th. And I encourage you all to go because it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And I don't know if we're staying in the dorms or hotel rooms.
Probably hotel rooms.
Okay.
Probably.
And are we liable for paying for that, or is it in the budget?
It depends on how much money we have in the account. That's what I was kind of asking.
Yeah.
Because I honestly don't know how much money we have. And it depends on how many students, although we're going to Grayson County Community College, or Grayson Community College. So I can't expect that hotel rooms / dorm rooms in Denison, Texas are going to be astronomical.
Right.
When was the last time you said, I want a weekend away and I want to go to Denison and I want to stay in a hotel in Denison? Have you ever had that thought?
Distant.
So I can't see it being like Dallas where they're going to charge $175 a night for a room. I'm thinking the hotel rooms are going to be $90, somewhere around there. So it should be pretty affordable, so we probably can afford to have a good group go from here.
One of the major things we covered, it's called Competitive Edge, and it's based on your personal achievements. And so you can go to the 5-minute, it's just ptk.org, and it has a little spot where it has a competitive edge. And whenever you go to meetings or anything that you do for Phi Theta Kappa, you get to check it off. And the more you check off, the more stars that you get. And so everyone in the chapter were wanting to do, I guess it's the officers and everyone, a level 1 certification. And so whenever we go to nationals, you'll get recognized if you have, I think it's a 5-star recognition. So if you want to do that, that's pretty cool. And it looks good on scholarships or whenever you're wanting to transfer out, whatever.
So especially for you guys that are new, it's a way, not picking on you as being new. We're thrilled that you're here. So, okay, just make sure. It's a way to see what Phi Theta Kappa is about. It's not anything that you have to do it. We do not punish you if you do not go onto their webpage and do the competitive edge. So we don't look and say, like in homework assignments, we don't penalize you for not doing homework assignments. So it's just something to get, I hate to use this word, but I'll use this word, indoctrinated into the group. So it's a simple thing. I think to do the 1-star level, it'll take you about 30 minutes to do it. So while you're watching your favorite novella on TV or your favorite show on TV, whatever it is you watch, assuming you watch TV, or whatever your favorite music is on Pandora or whatever you listen to, you can do this at the same time. So it's just a simple little thing.
Every first Friday of the month, there's going to be a meeting. I guess we're going to keep it in Sulphur Springs.
I think so, for a while.
Yeah, And so every member, officer, anyone is encouraged to go because it's going to be all the different campuses for PJC, and we're all going to meet up there. And it's really informational. I learned a lot the meeting that we had last weekend. So if y'all want to get in tune with it and learn more about it, then that'd be a really great way. They are 11. I think, no, ours started at 10 on Saturday. Yeah, started at 10 and we got out there about 12:30. And they're talking about doing a little light lunch around 12. They can be back. But we went over stuff like the meeting and what's going to be covered at the meeting. And it's going to be a lot of recognition from chapters if you submit whatever you do for your chapter. We'll pound that for you.
There you go.
What day was that?
We had one this past Friday. The next one will be the first Friday in October.
Oh, okay.
Some important dates that y'all can write down. October 18th at 6:30 p.m. We're going to have the induction ceremony at the Paris campus. And so if you go on the pjcptkarchive.org and become an official member, it's $75. I think that's what I think was $75. And in the mail, you'll get a pin and a certificate and all this stuff. But as soon as you pay your membership, you are an official member. And so you'll be recognized at the induction ceremony. And it's a really, it's a big deal. So I would come to it. Is that the 18th?
What was the date again?
October 18th
October 18th.
at 6:30.
On the Paris campus.
Yeah.
Now, to be a member, just to say, you do not have to be officially inducted in order to be a member. This is something that is totally your own option. So if you want to be inducted and you want your friends and family and others to cheer and be in awe of you, go to induction. So it's a chance for you to be recognized for being the brilliant person that you are.
We'll be there to cheer you on.
Yeah, but you do not, it's not a requirement for you to be there on October 18th to be inducted, and if you don't show up, then we drop you as a member. Okay, so it's not a requirement. If you can and you want to be there, awesome. I can't remember what date October 18th is.
Yes. It's usually, I think it was a Saturday.
It's sometime during the week. They used to have them on Sundays, but then people said that conflicts with church and other activities, and Sunday's the one day that we don't want to do
It
anything.
is a Saturday night.
Okay, so it's a Saturday night. So
Yeah.
if you have nothing better to do on a Saturday night and you want to see Paris on a Saturday night, what's better than
Paris
to see?
is a poppin' town.
Yeah, see Paris, Texas on a Saturday night.
We'll always have Paris.
You promise not to tell.
Another date, and tell your friends, October 8th. It'll be in this room, room 122, and we are going to have an orientation for Phi Theta Kappa, and it's just going to be an overview of what it stands for and what we expect to do with our chapter throughout this semester and next semester.
So October 8th will be the orientation.
Same time. It'll start at
It's a Wednesday.
12:30.
I was going to say, 'cause I missed the last time.
Yeah, 12:30 here.
12:30. And they last until 1 o'clock.
And then just to let Jay know, if October 8th is the meeting here,
My
then
name is
October
Sarah, so if
9th
y'all
will
see
be
me
the
in the
meeting in
hallways or have any
Sulphur
questions, just let me know.
Okay.
Figured you
And
were on board. but
an
just to let
email
you
for
know.
y'all to go to have. It's very informational. I can never remember its most simple email. I can't remember. The Phi Theta Kappa email. Okay, write down PJC Phi Theta Kappa. If you don't know how to spell it, at parisjc.edu. And if you just shoot an email to that address and say, hey, I'm interested in becoming a member, they'll add you to a list. And you'll get emails periodically saying, okay, we have a chapter-wide meeting coming up this date and this time, and we're doing this at the Paris campus, and just a nice way to keep informed of all the different campuses in our chapter.
There was one other date, and I didn't bring my paper with me.
How dare you.
The district meeting.
Did. November 22nd is the district meeting. It's going to be at the Paris campus.
Where do you find all this at? I'm sure it's on the website, but where on the website?
Where did she pull it up at?
I'm sorry, where does we do what?
Where did Paula put up all the dates from on the PTK website?
They're actually off of the texasptk.org, txptk.org. That's our regional website. And so that's where they put all the events for the state of Texas, including district meetings and fun stuff like that.
And tomorrow, if you are interested, there's going to be a blood drive at the Paris campus. It's not the campus, it's at the Home Depot in Paris. And it's going to be from, I think it was like 10 until 3 or 9 until 3, something like that. But if you want to go out there, represent, it's a little bit of a drive, but it'll be fun.
Blood. Take blood.
Do you
Wait.
volunteer at these kind of things? Do you get recognized or anything for it?
Well, whenever you're filling out scholarships, you can say that, oh, I did this and this and this. And it'll just make you stand out more. I don't know if you get recognized at the meetings, like the regional meetings or not.
You can be, because what will happen is let me back up for just a second. The way the PTK is organized is we have chapters. And we have one chapter for Paris Junior College that happens to be on all campuses. So we're a chapter. Above the chapter are known as districts, and the districts are made up of chapters arranged geographically. And our district stretches from us in the northwestern part of the state of Texas over to Texarkana down to Waco. That's our district. So when we have a district meeting, chapters from those campuses will be attending in one place. Then the state of Texas is divided into 5 regions where they take the districts and make them even larger. And so we're part of Region 3 or District 3, which again is the northern part of the state of Texas. Texas is its own region. Then we have international, which takes the regions and puts them all together across the world. So that's kind of the organizational structure of Phi Theta Kappa.
November 19th is Founders Day. And is that the day we're doing the Jeopardy?
No. No. Founders Day is the day in which Phi Theta Kappa was originated or founded. And so it's a day that we kind of say, it's anniversary, hello, happy birthday, PTK. And so we'll do something probably on all the campuses to say hi to the students and let them know that we're here. We still haven't decided, but I think we might get a sheet cake that says happy birthday PTK, put it in the lobby and let students grab a slice of cake, and maybe a couple people will say, what's PTK? And we can get people to come be a part of what we're doing. So it's just a way of saying, because Phi Theta Kappa was established in 1919, I think, somewhere around there,
So, yeah.
in Missouri, at an all-women's college. And look at what we've become now.
What day was it? Okay, September 17th. We are having a Jeopardy Constitution game in room 125. Is that so right?
Just down the hall.
Okay. And what we're going to be doing, PTK is kind of sponsoring it. And so if you want to come and help us out and just make sure people don't cheat, it's going to be in groups of 2 to 3, I think it's something like that. And we're going to make a game, and it's going to be, from my understanding, it's going to be on the projector, and people are going to be in the tables, and be writing it down. And so we're just going to monitor it, and we should have snacks or something. People love snacks.
We could, but that's 1 week from today.
Oh, true. Okay, yeah, let's not do that. Currently, we have voters registration going on. See the man in the lobby.
Yeah. So if you're not registered to vote,
Do you have those packets of the completion, the C4 things?
I left them in my office in Sulphur Springs.
They're in my car, my other car.
Yeah, we can worry about that.
Okay, cool. Big thing. If y'all have any fundraising ideas or ideas for us to volunteer places like a charity walk or like, I think we're doing a trick or treat. It's on the square. Is that in downtown?
Yeah, downtown Greenville.
Okay. And we're going to be passing out candy. It's going to be during the day, so the kids, it's less of a risk for them to get snatched up and whatever. And so we're going to dress up, pass out candy, maybe have a game to play, it'll be really fun. Not really too sure what date.
It's gonna be on Halloween itself.
Oh, ooh, it's on
On
Friday?
Halloween itself. Halloween is on a Friday this year.
What if we have
How cute is
kids?
that?
Can we bring them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And if you want to look, if you can look, if you see in any store where there's Halloween candy that is for sale, if you want to buy a bag or two, it needs to be individually wrapped. So we're not allowed to give them like candy corn and throw like 3 pieces of candy corn at them. It needs to be individually wrapped. It doesn't have to be the really, really good stuff. It's up to you. If you feel comfortable bringing the cheap candy and you feel comfortable passing it out to people, bring it. But if you want to bring the good stuff, you can bring that as well. But if you can help us out and just bring 1 or 2 bags of candy, if each of us brings a couple bags of candy, then we should have enough to, although what usually happens is there's so many kids there that it's supposed to go for about 3 hours, and usually after about 1.5 hours to 2 hours, we are running on fumes. Because we'll pass out 2 pieces of candy per kid. There's a line of about 5,000 kids in front of you, and I got mail. And so it's something, and as far as costume, please make the costume publicly presentable. So if you are going to an adult-oriented Halloween party that night,
Notice you looked at me.
He looked at me and talked about cheap candy, and then he looked at me whenever he talked about adult costumes. I'm getting singled out too.
yeah. So, okay, we'll go over here. So if you have an adult-oriented Halloween party already planned for that evening, PG it or G it for that afternoon, and then when you're done, then you can be whatever you're going to be at that party, and that is perfectly acceptable, because what you do in the privacy of your own home, etc., is none of our business. But since they're little kids, and sometimes the little kids, if you come dressed as Dracula and you are very realistic, there are kids as small as 1 to 2 years of age that are there, and they will be scared to death, and we don't want to scare the kids away on purpose. If it's accidental, that's another thing, but we don't want to scare them away. But Flossie Arnold in the office is going to be helping us with this, because her husband is one of the monkey rucks in the Lions Club, and they'll help us get a spot on the square. We're usually, if you know where the courthouse is in Greenville, we're usually, if you're good geographically, we're usually in the northeast corner of the square, where the new county office buildings are across the street from the courthouse, where you go to renew your driver's license and registration. You have the drive-through part underneath the building.
The
and then-
exchange building.
Okay, the exchange building. So we have been, the last couple of years that we've done this, we've been in front of the exchange building. Which means, of course, this year we will be nowhere close to the exchange building. Be prepared to have to park your car miles and miles away from the square. So don't wear something in your costume or whatever where you are walking on 9-inch heels and you're having to walk a mile or so. Exactly. So that's going to be a big thing, and it's lots of fun. I mean, it's no pressure on us. If you can show for 30 minutes, awesome. If you can give us 15 minutes, great. If you can stay for the entire time, awesomer.
What time is it?
It's usually around 4 o'clock.
4? Oh, okay.
So, because schools don't get out until 3:30. And so they usually have it about 4 o'clock, and it runs from 4 to 6, 4 to
Yeah.
7, somewhere in that area.
We have one in our little town as well.
Yeah,
That we-
but they usually try to have it over before it gets dark, because that defeats the purpose of having little kids out if it starts to get dark, and we don't want to, and several of them come on their own, and we don't want them running around the streets of Greenville after dark with cars. So it's usually 4 to 6-ish, but it's more or less 4 until the candy runs out, because when the candy runs out, the kids aren't going to stay. I mean, I know we're great looking people and we're friendly and all that, but they're not going to stay to hang around with us if we can't give them something. So it's an awesome thing. We had talked about maybe doing a canned food drive. So if that's something that's of interest to you, let us know. And if you know of it, in the past, we've helped the fish ministries and we've helped women in need with canned food items. We can go with those same groups, or if you know another group in the Greenville area that is of need, recommend them, probably talk to them and see would they appreciate a canned food drive, or would they appreciate a item drive. So if it's CASA and they need diapers, I'm going to be sexist for just a second. As a guy, would you be comfortable carrying a pack of diapers into this building?
Wrong.
Okay. Would you be comfortable carrying a pack of diapers into this building?
Yes.
So if we did something for one of the agencies in this area and they need diapers, could we do a diaper drive? Baby formula, whatever it may be. So be thinking about some of the nonprofit, they need to be nonprofit, so we can't help a business out, but help a nonprofit with some kind of drive, and we would do it sometime between Thanksgiving and the end of the school year. And then usually we gather together after we've done the drive, and then we drive it down to the agencies that we're donating, and we take pictures. And so sorry, I am looking at you here. You do have to smile exactly like that. And then you get your picture in the paper, and everyone, and then your parents can put it on the refrigerator and say, what a great young lady you raised.
What were you gonna say?
You were mentioning games or stuff to do on the square. Last year, the kid with my daughter was like musical chairs. They had like bobby for apples and like jump houses and stuff like that.
Or if we wanted to do something like, this sounds bad, something like the cornhole game.
I think they did
It
that
does
once.
sound bad, but it is a game. Beanbag toss. But it's technically called the cornhole game. But if we wanted to do a bean toss where if they toss it in the center, they get 3 pieces of candy. If they toss it in the middle ring, or the one just below it, they get 2. And if they toss it in the outside, or if they miss completely, they get 1.
Or dunk the English or the government professor.
You knew somebody had to do that.
I know. We want some big bucks before we do that. We're not cheap. So that's a pretty big play right now for one semester.
Yeah.
As people interested in Phi Theta Kappa, you do not, capital D, capital O, capital N, capital O, capital T, do not have to participate. You are a member of Phi Theta Kappa because you are an academic superstar. You are the stud or studette of academia at this campus. So you are a member of this chapter because of your academic prowess. As you were saying a second ago, by participating, it's the type of thing that does look great on your college applications and other things. The more you participate, the more schools look and say, wow, we liked that student. We want to make our scholarship offer a little sweeter. So it's something, do not feel obligated that you have to. You're going, oh my gosh, there was this meeting, there was this meeting, there was this thing, there was this thing, there was this thing. Mr. Larkin, I'm taking 12 hours. I think you just said you have a daughter. I have a life, a family. Even if I don't have kids, I have a life and a family and friends. I can't, I won't, and so therefore if I can't participate in these things, why bother to come if I can't help and do all this stuff? Whatever we can get from you, we will appreciate very much. I'm saying that in all sincerity. So whatever you can participate with, we want you to participate. And this is our fearless leader. So if things go well, we keep her. If things go poorly, they say that's the eco garden out there. It's not. That's where bad officers go. It's a secret. Jimmy Hoffa's out there, by the way. And so help her be a good officer so she lives for one more semester. If you have questions, comments,
Do y'all want my number or my email or anything in case case you have questions.
Not sure.
Okay.
What is it, Sarah?
It is SARA. My last name is Christopher. My email is sarac.cmisd@gmail.com. Do you want my number or just want me to email?
I'd stick with just email for right now.
Let's go with that. Okay. If y'all need it, emergency, email me. I'll give it to you.
CMISD?
Yeah. High school.
And Mr. Strickland and I are your fearless advisors. So if there's anything, we're the ones that when you do go to apply to your schools or you go to get your job, I just had an email today from a student who was in Phi Theta Kappa many more years ago than I want to remember or admit that I've been here this long. But just send me an email saying, will you be a reference for me? So the more you're involved, the more I will remember who you are. I remember who you are, but the more I'll remember about who you are and the better letter of recommendation that we can write for you. So that's our job as advisors, is to help get you successful.
Whatever you put into it, it's gonna come out good stuff.
Next week, I put this up, but next week I'll make some copies of it soon, because I know you can read that, right, Tracy?
Sort of covered it,
Yeah, okay. It's kind of like my PowerPoints.
I just can't see it up close.
Yeah. This is on our honors in action. And so this was the notes from the meeting that they had on it. We'll need to, honors in action is our big, I want to call it book report / project that we are supposed to do as a chapter. So we have until January to do a project. So we're now in the middle of September to start working on and completing a project. So that's something we'll talk about. I'll make copies of this for next week and we can talk about this a little bit more and get this going in the right direction. I promised you we'd be out so you could get to work at 1. So,
I'll leave in just a second. I've got a 15-minute window.
okay. And we'll see most of you, I guess at 1 o'clock. If not, we'll see you at 2:30, most of you. So, anything else?
Before the next meeting, think of ideas for a t-shirt or a slogan. And the t-shirt's gonna involve Phi Theta Kappa and the official dragon. And just make it cute, creative, whatever comes to your mind. And then we're gonna have a slogan on either the front or back. And it's gonna be something like PTKs are burning up like curves in classrooms. That sounds really horrible. I've watched that, but it's gonna be something cute and funny and catchy.
PTKers eat GPAs for breakfast.
Ooh, it's kind of fierce.
The only restriction, again, I'll say it one more time for the record here, we must, as Paris Junior College people, use the awesome dragon that is the official dragon of Paris Junior College. So your design, if it includes a dragon, must have the official PJC dragon on it.
Must it include a dragon?
No, it must not. It does not have to include a dragon, but if you put a dragon because it's PJC, it must be our dragon.
It also has you have PJC on there, it has to be the official logo.
Yes. So those caveats. But other than that, the sky's the limit. As long, again, as it's G-rated and it's something that if I wore it in front of my mom would not be appalled that I'm wearing that t-shirt. Invite friends. Awesome to have you guys here. I hope you come back.
Yes.
Please come back. Please. And invite other people to come join us. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 counting us. Hey, we beat Paris. We have more people here than Paris has in their meeting. We want to keep that going. I want to rub that in the nose of the folks on the Paris campus. Greenville has more members than Paris. So come.
More active members.
More active.